Hi, and welcome to this Nipoppy tutorial. In this tutorial, we will cover how to reorganize imaging source data in a way that prepares it for bits conversion. More concretely, we will explore the source data directory and its contents, run the Nipoppy reorg command, and look at the curation status file. To participate in this tutorial in a hands-on fashion, you will need a Nipoppy dataset created with Nipoppy init and the manifest file customized for our local setup and study cohort. If you are missing any of these prerequisites, please check out our previous video on Nipoppy init. Also, we provide an example dataset for all of our tutorials. Please visit the GitHub repo to download the example dataset, should you not have done so yet. Before we start with the hands-on tutorial, it is important to understand why Nipoppy distinguishes between pre- and post-reorg status prior to bits conversion. Usually, there is a gap between data state out of scanner versus ready for bitsification. Source data is often messy in different ways, making it hard to use bitsification tools directly. So Nipoppy breaks this process down a bit more to make the data preparation manageable and less error-prone. More concretely, by this step, Nipoppy provides a unified way to deal with DICOM versus Nifty source data, which simplifies bitsification. It also helps fixing issues related to file naming, which often appear in chaotic data dumps or due to typos. Additionally, the organization simplifies tarring the DICOMs after bitsification. Since we are starting with unorganized source imaging data, our work in this step will happen in the source data imaging directory. Depending on the shape of the dataset, the data should be put inside the downloads directory if your dataset comes as compressed or archived data, or in the pre-reorg directory otherwise. In this tutorial, we will work with our example dataset, which are uncompressed DICOM files. If you are using our tutorial example dataset, please move or copy the subject folders inside the imaging pre-reorg directory. If you haven't downloaded the data yet, please follow the link in the description of this video to do so. It is possible to do this step with Nifties instead of DICOMs. In any case, to successfully run the Nipoppy reorg command, your file organization must look like the following, where the files are ordered in a participant-first manner. If your source data is organized in a session-first manner or other manner, please check out our documentation on how to make Nipoppy reorg work with a structure. As we know from previous tutorials, the curation status file explains the curation status for the source imaging data. It should always be kept up to date in order to track which imaging data of which participant is in the pre-reorg, post-reorg, or bits state. Therefore, let's run the Nipoppy track curation regenerate command. When we open this file, we see that all of our data is correctly listed in the pre-reorg column. And when we run the Nipoppy status command, we can see here as well that our data is correctly summarized as pre-reorg. Let's look at the options for reorganizing the source data. By default, Nipoppy creates symlinks in the post-reorg directory to avoid duplication of files. However, if you wish to copy them, you have the option to pass the copy files flag. When we run Nipoppy reorg, we can follow all the reorganization steps happening in the terminal output. All steps for a single participant shouldn't take longer than a few seconds. If everything worked well, we will see the message successfully reorganized files for X out of X participant session pairs. We can also see the successful reorganization by taking a look into the post-reorg folder. Our participant folders now have the prefix sub and the session folders have the prefix sesh, while folders separating different imaging modalities were removed. Also, when we run Nipoppy status again, we can see that it now says that our participants have the status post-reorg. We didn't have to run Nipoppy track curation regenerate again, because the Nipoppy reorg command already includes an automatic update of the curation status file. Congratulations! You are now ready to bitsify your data.